Hi guys, it's Miss Lorenz. I'm going to talk about Lesson 10, Bases and Heights of Triangles. In the first one, we have some copies of the same triangle, and the base is labeled. We're going to look at the triangle, and we're going to look at all three sides of the triangle as the base. Because remember, any side of a triangle can be the base. So it's just a matter of identifying the corresponding height that meets that base at a perpendicular line or a right angle. So if side A is the base here, that's this bottom base, then to draw the height, I went right up to that opposite vertex and went straight down. So it's inside the triangle, but the goal is to make sure that you have a 90-degree angle right here so that you're coming straight down. If side C is the base, then I went to the opposite vertex and I actually went straight down. Do you see that? So the height would be right here. And then if side B is the base, I kind of had to do the same thing. So this is the opposite vertex, and then I come straight down, make a 90-degree angle, and this is the height. You have to do the same thing here in number 2. We're drawing a line segment to show the height for the chosen base. So in A, if the base is here, then the height is right here, forming a 90-degree angle. Same with B. In C, we have to go to the opposite vertex, come right down, and this becomes the height. In D, it's kind of the easiest ones are the right triangles, right? Because it's already sort of there for us. In E, we have to go to the opposite vertex, go straight down, perpendicular line, form a right angle, and then in F, it's a lot like B and A. It's like an internal height. All right, so then in number 3, we had to first identify the base and height. Wow, this looks messy. And then find the area. So I'm going to talk you through each one. So in A, I'm identifying 9 as the base and 5 as the height. You could have done that the other direction. The base height pair could be 5 as the base, 9 as the height, doesn't matter. So 5 times 9 is 45, and so we found half of that because, of course, a triangle is always going to be half of the parallelogram that it would make. If we doubled it, if we put it together in a parallelogram. So half of 45 is 22 and a half square units. Let me get a different color here, 22 and a half square units. In B, the base I identified as 11, and then I made my height by going to the opposite vertex and then down to an extended base, if I was to imagine that it would extend so I could see a perpendicular line. So I'm taking half of 11 times 8, or half of 88, which is 44 square units. In C, I'm identifying this is the base. I always like my base to lie along the grid lines. And then the height is found by going to the opposite vertex, go straight down, and find your height. So my base is 4, my height is 18. And so 4 times 18 is 72, and half of that is 36 square units, of course. And then in D, my base is 6, and my height is 11. And so I just went to that top vertex, came straight down, perpendicular line. Half of 66 is 33 square units. All right, number 4. I love this one. I think these problems are so fun. So you'll notice that on this triangle, none of the sides of the triangle fall nicely along the grid. And the misconception that sometimes kids have is that if you go from like corner to corner of a grid, that is a length of 1. It is not a length of 1. It's actually the square root of 2, which is close to like 1.41. That's something we'll learn about later, but what you really need to know for right now is that is not a length of 1. So when they fall on the grid, like all 3 sides of this triangle are, it's really tough for us to find the length of those sides. So we have to use another strategy. And so the strategy that I'm using here is to surround that triangle with a square, and then I'm going to subtract the areas of triangles 1, 2, and 3. So you see what I did here? I found the area of the square. It's a 12 by 12 square, so the area of the square is 144. Then I found the area of triangle 1. So triangle 1 is going to be half of a 5 by 6. No, that's not true. Triangle 1 is half of a 12 by 7, and 12 by 7 is 84, so half of that is 42. Then I found the area of triangle 2. Triangle 2 is going to be half of a 5 by 6, so half of 30 is 15. And then triangle 3 is going to be half of a 6 by 12, so half of 72. So triangle 3 is 36. And then I summed these three together. So 42, 15, and 36. So I'm basically taking all of this extra space and I'm adding it together and I get 93. So I'm going to take that 93 away from the entire area of the square. That was 144, and when I subtract 93 from 144, I end up with 51 square units. See, wasn't that fun? This one's kind of fun too. I like finding areas of funky shapes like this. So this first one, I really subdivided it or decomposed it. I don't think you had to do quite as much as I did here, but the first one, so I'm going to go, my first row here is the 2 by 1 triangle. So 2 times 1 is 2, but then it's half of that. So 2 times 1 is 2 divided by 2 is 1. And so the area of this 2 by 2 is 4. And then the area of this 2 by 2, but half of that is 2. And then the area of this parallelogram is going to be 2 by 2, which is 4. And then on the other side, I end up with the same thing as I did on the left side. So this is a 2 by 2, but half of that is 2. A 2 by 2 in the middle here is 4. And then a 2 by 1 on the bottom here divided by 2 is going to be 1. And so then if I add all of these up, I have 3 4s, which gives me 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18 square units. All right. I hope you're doing well and that helped, and I appreciate you listening. Thanks, everybody.